Hey, the Royals finally made a move. Let's see who they got. There we go, bringing in a World Series champion with a Hall of Fame pedigree. That will surely move the needle. So the Royals could not wait until after the Carson Wentz show concluded for the Chiefs. They announced they are bringing in Cavan Biggio on a minor league deal. Biggio, the son of Hall of Famer Craig Biggio and once a notable prospect for the Blue Jays, has not exactly been good recently. Last year he appeared in the majors for 3 different teams and hit a combined 197, 314, 303. The Royals will be his 5th team over the last 7 months. This may not sound encouraging, but hear me out for a moment. When Biggio was first promoted, he looked like a potential cornerstone for the Blue Jays. He played 159 games over his first 2 seasons, thanks to a pandemic-shortened 2020, but he was worth 5 wins over those 2 seasons, had an on-base percentage of .368, and had a solid 116 OPS+. To try and put that in perspective, Salvador Perez had a 119 OPS+ last season. Typically, a player like that would be a reliable contributor for years to come. Unfortunately, Biggio would fall off after 2020. Over the following 3 seasons, he had a combined 221, 327, 359 for a 92 OPS+. That is the same as Hunter Renfroe and Paul DeJong after his trade to Kansas City. Could be worse. Again, this is only a minor league deal, but I think Biggio's odds of a bench slot in Kansas City are higher than you think. First off, I have yet to talk about his defense. Last year he started games at first base, second base, third base, and right field. Throughout his career, he has appeared defensively at every position except pitcher and catcher. He's not great at any position, but he can easily fill in when needed. This is notable considering both Adam Frazier and Garrett Hampson are free agents, and someone has to take those at-bats. I know Biggio will not excite the fan base, but I think he was signed with that role in mind, and I firmly believe he's an upgrade over both. Another reason I feel his odds of making the roster are high is his plate discipline and specifically his on-base percentage. Last season, his .314 OBP would rank 5th among full-time Royals players, and his .340 OBP the year before would rank 2nd behind only Bobby Witt Jr. His bat may not look great, but he can draw walks, and the new Royals resume led by JJ Piccolo seems to value that a lot more than Data Moore did. Drawing walks was a big selling point when the Royals acquired Jonathan India, who had an even better .357 on-base percentage. Again, that only ranks behind Bobby. I'm not saying the Royals can get Biggio back to hitting like he did at the start of his career, but even if he reclaims his 2023 form, that's a massive improvement over Frazier and Hampson on the bench. And let me remind you, this is only a minor league deal. Frazier and Hampson both received major league contracts worth a combined $6.5 million last year. There's less risk here, and if we're being honest, even more upside. Now, the Royals need a bigger upgrade than Cavan Biggio. Let me make that very clear. They could still use a middle-of-the-order bat, and the free agent options are getting thin. Anthony Santander is still out there, but the Royals might be priced out of his market. At this stage, I'll settle for Randall Grichuk. I know he's mainly used against left-handed pitching nowadays, but he is still an upgrade. Just do something, Royals. Hopefully you're just waiting out the market for some great deals. I know I'm guilty of that as well. Any fans who are afraid of an Adam Frazier or Garrett Hampson reunion should feel a little relief. I mean, it could still happen, but Biggio offers more upside than either of them at a lower cost, and as a 10th or 11th bat off the bench, you can do worse. If this is part of a bigger trend of the Royals finally prioritizing plate discipline and walks, then even better. I held off on a Jordan Grosjean's video because I did not see him playing above AAA. In fact, he mostly played in AA last year. Taylor Clark and Junior Fernandez could sneak their way into the bullpen at some points, like Sam Long did last year, but it's just as likely both remain in Omaha. Cavan Biggio is the first move since the Jonathan India trade that I feel could impact a major league roster. Whether that's positive or negative, only time will tell. I'm fine with the move, it just cannot be the last move. If this is your first time here, this is not my first time speaking about mediocrity on the Royals. Mark Redman's All-Star season, Miguel Tejada's random Royal stint, there's even a Dusty Coleman video somewhere. If you prefer something else, my latest video is on my Royals Hall of Fame ballot and how I came to the decision. Spoiler alert, I wrote in Mitch Meyer 5 times. Until next time.
Yeah, that felt good. And a nice, quick trot, too. I mean, that's a beautiful swing. Get his team in the game. And Ned's riding him.